apostles said to the Lord, increase our faith. You know, here are the disciples, amen, and they finally began to realize, you know what? We need faith. We need faith. They've been walking with Jesus already for some time. Here they are realizing, you know what? Jesus talked about this faith that, you know, I really don't have that. Sometimes, especially, the older we get in Christ, we go in Christ, amen, the older, amen, we serve God, amen, or we're not careful, or faith can, instead of increase, can decrease. See, we need faith. This, amen, we're going to give our very best. If you are going to give your very best tonight, you're going to surrender it all. You and I, we need faith for our lives. It should not, it should not escape the fact to us this evening that faith is not our strongest trait. It's not something that, we have more than we can spare. Sometimes you're reading the Bible, it says, you that are strong, in faith, go and if somebody has fallen from sin, you can go and encourage it. And I read that, sometimes, I hear someone falling and I'm thinking, I don't know what to say. I remember telling Pastor, amen, one time, Pastor, so-and-so, they have to return to church, right? He says, no. And I said, Pastor, be honest, I've been wanting to call him, but I just don't know what to say. And I realized, it has to be because there's an element of faith that is needed. Element of faith that probably I was lacking at that time, that moment, to try to determine whether to call, whether to encourage, how can I do this? We say faith. In the Bible, we have many great men that, as they continue to live for God, they realize that somewhere down their lives, faith is not the strongest in their lives. You read about Peter in chapter 14, verse 30, amen, that after trying to walk on water, amen, when storms of life began to hit his life, when he began to see the storms, he began to drown. He used to cry, Lord, save me. Lord, help me. Because saying that, amen, because all of a sudden he realized in his faith, God, help me. Elijah, 1 Kings chapter 19, verse 3, we hear about him running for his life. Running for his life, amen, because there was a sense of fear. There was something that all of a sudden began to shake him. Then all he can think of is just run away. He didn't want to deal with this no more. He's tired of it. Amen. There's faith that all of a sudden it's missing. And at one time he had tremendous faith. He'd call on fire. The fire would come and consume the altar. But here he is. He finds himself in a place where he's lacking faith. We read in Numbers 20, verse 11, Moses, he gets angry with the congregation. And instead of just speaking to the rock, as God had told them, he smites the rock. He gets desperate. He's tired. Amen. He's tired. Amen. He's frustrated. It doesn't matter what he does, doesn't matter what happens, doesn't matter how God, amen, seems to show, amen, that God is there with them, helping them all the way. There's always something, there's always seems to be a problem. And he begins to really, he begins to lose his temper. That's because he really began to lose faith. I remember writing down the note somewhere in my notebook, in a little small journey that I carry with me, and I began to mark it down, and I wrote something very there. Says, moment I began to lose faith on people is the moment I had become religious. I brought that, amen, and I brought it down on the side just to remind ourselves. So that would every time, if I'm struggling through something, and if I'm battling something, when I look at this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing that, you know what, if I'm not having faith, then I'm missing my point. If I'm not having faith for people, then I'm just religious. Amen. I need God. I need faith. I need God to help me. In Mark chapter 9, verse 23 and verse 24, it says, Jesus said to him, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. Immediately the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe.